Financial Intelligence Moment.
This is Financial Intelligence Moment. The difference between the rich and the poor is knowledge. Financial Intelligence Moment is designed to expose some of the financial mistakes that has kept the poor poorer. The poor desires financial security, while the rich takes risk with financial intelligence to achieve financial freedom. The poor in most cases has just one means of income, while the rich has multiple streams of income. The question is, do you spend more than you earn?
This is Financial Intelligence Moment.
Hello, it's another wonderful day. It's another wonderful opportunity to have you on my financial intelligence moment with the FBI coach. You're welcome to the Grace Impact Radio, where word, music, and entertainment lives. You're welcome to my YouTube channel, FBI Coach. FBI Coach is one word. It's a great privilege to have you on today's edition of Financial Intelligence Moments. What we do here, what I do is to delete what people know about money and reinstall a new money thinking system in them. I help people make money, teaching them, or rather exposing their mind, helping them to tilt their glass towards what they know, make money from what they love, make money from what they do. I teach people how to monetize their skill, their talent. I teach you how to make money. There are 3 M's of money: making money, managing money, multiplying money. I teach you how to make it, I teach you how to multiply it, and at the same time, how to manage it. I have been in this field in doing the same thing going to 2 decades now. I have seen the ups and downs. I have conducted training for conglomerates, for multinational companies, for churches, for individuals, private organizations, name it. So what I'm sharing with you, or what I have been sharing here, these are life tested principles and strategies. And when I see a good strategy, I know it. I pick from it. I run with it. So today, what I'll be sharing with you has to do with what I learned from Money Africa. I subscribe to their what's it called? To their updates. So one of the updates, they shared something valuable. I picked a few things from there and I decided to personalize it, which is what I'm going to be sharing with you today, because I know it's going to bless my audience. I know so many persons will benefit from it. Like I often say, that let us be a blessing wholesale. It's not about the money we want to make, it's about the lives we want to affect. Listen to me. If you want to make more impact in life, if you want to know how successful a man is or a woman is, go and check those whose life he or she has affected. So my goal at this point in my life has gone beyond, I just want to make the quick bucks. There are so many things I share with you here that companies pay me for. I know where I make the money. So this platform, I use it to giving back to the society. Just like our business hangout, I have a mastermind group where what we do in that group is to help people learn, help people make money, help people understand what it means to develop their mindset. Okay, that's one of the reasons why when Money Africa shared this article, it was so rich. So I decided to share what I gained from it with you today. So number one thing which I learned from the article was budgeting and prioritizing. You must learn to budget. You must learn to prioritize. You need to take control of your finances and make most of your money. It's also essential, important for you to create a budget that accurately reflects your income and your expenses, because if Mr. A or Mrs. A has created their budget in a specific way, you don't have to mirror that person's budget. The principles are the same, but the strategies might change. So if this person earns $50 every week, and this other, so if you put it together in a month, that's about $200, and this other person earns $150 every month. So your budget might not be the same because your income differs. Okay. However, the principle behind it is that when money comes into your hands, the first thing you need to do is to take away your freedom money. Don't start spending yet, or if you have not set aside money for your future, it is called freedom money. I have said this before and I'm saying it again because it bears repetition. Stop saving for rainy days. Stop saving for rainy days. By the way, if you haven't invited people, please share the link you have, the Grace Impact Radio link, the YouTube link, my YouTube link, which you have. Please share with others. Let's invite them to come and learn what we are learning here. I've had a lot of people who come to my inbox to say, Charles, thank you for sharing this. Thank you because it has opened my eyes. It has helped me move from point A to point B. This is the reason why I keep showing up. This is the reason why I keep sharing this. So let's also multiply. Let's also pay it forward. Be a blessing to others. And for those who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, I want to appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for always sticking around. Thank you for subscribing and also clicking the notification button to be the first whenever I post items or whenever I post content. And for those who are coming for the first time, I appreciate every one of you at the same time. And I also want to encourage you to please subscribe and also like this video, share it with others so they can learn. So you need to start by carefully reviewing your expenses and income to get an idea of where your money is going and where you might be able to make some adjustments. Because if you don't know where your money is going, you will not be able to track down your expenses. You'll not be able to track down what is that thing that is eating into my expense. What is that thing that is eating into my income? I beg your pardon. There's a guy, every month he makes his budget, but at the end of the month, he sees himself going back to his savings to take money from there because what he has budgeted was not enough. It's not as if this guy doesn't earn good. He earns good money. He has a job, he pays his bills, and he should have excess from what I taught him and what I know he earns. But at the end of the month, this guy still scratches for money. He's still looking for money. So I sat down with him. I said, look, let's review your expenses. Where do you think your money goes? Let's list down the things you spend your money on. By the time he carefully listed out all the things he spends his money on, he discovered that there is a particular thing. There's no point mentioning that thing here, but there's a particular thing he spends his money on that was, number one, a luxury. Number two, he doesn't really need it. Number three, if it's not, it shouldn't be part of his lifestyle spending money on that. So I said to him, can you track this expense? Can you track this particular record and eliminate it from your expense? Can you do that? He said yes, he can. So he started working on it. Well, the first month it wasn't easy, but by the second month, going to the third month, he discovered how much he was spending. Another place where his money was going was on communication. He discovered he was spending so much on calls, and these calls were not yielding anything meaningful. So I taught him how to prioritize. How do you prioritize? You have class A, class B, class C. So what are the things I want to do today? What are the things I want to spend my money on today? What are the things I want to invest in today? Prioritize it according to importance. Have three major things you want to spend your money on. So the comes with the urgent and important, then followed by urgent but not important, and the third one is it's not urgent but it's important. His money should go in these three things. So anything you want to spend your money on, ask yourself, is this urgent? Is it important? Is it urgent and not important? Is it important but it's not urgent? This helped him to track where his money is going. Today, the guy has built a very good investment portfolio, and he has been able, and his money is also saved from him, because it's one thing to save money, it's another thing for the money to be saved from you. All right, so this could also that reduce discretionary spending in certain areas. So you need to find ways to save money on essentials, or exploring opportunities to maximize your income. And once you have a clear picture of your financial situation, it's very important. You can then create a realistic budget that prioritizes your savings. Okay. Now, for those who are struggling with budgeting, one of the things I say to them is keep a track of your expenses. Every penny you spend, every pound, every dollar, every naira, every cedis, whatever currency it is you spend, write it down every day. Write it down. Some months back, I was going through my library. I brought out the my income book, my expense book. I beg your pardon. The expense I used when I was single in the early 2000s. That was about 2000, 2001, 2002. I showed my children. They were screaming. The value of how things has changed. I transport myself from point A to point B. I write it down. I spend money on carbonated drinks. I write it down. There was something they noticed, and as a single man, I cook. Okay, then but I don't cook often. But there was something they noticed on my expense book. I buy suya. In Nigeria, we call it suya. It's called barbecue. Okay, I buy this barbecue almost every fortnight. So, going through that, okay, they saw it for like 2, 3, 4 months, but they stopped seeing it again. And they asked, Daddy, we haven't seen this suya or this barbecue on your income. I said, because I noticed, number one, it wasn't good for my health, consuming it all the time. Number two, I needed to track where my money was going. So a few things they saw before, they didn't see it again. I started prioritizing my expense. Now, one of the things you can do is to prioritize your expense. Track your expense. It will help you create a realistic budget, and you'll be able to invest wisely. And this might mean making small adjustments to your spending in other areas, prioritizing the needs from the wants so that you can put your money towards your long-term financial goals. Is very important. You might be thinking 5 years is still very far. 10 years is very far. It's just around the corner. I'm telling you, it's just around the corner. Was it not 4 years ago we had, when did we have COVID? Was it not 2020? Yeah, it was 4 years ago we had COVID, lockdown, and the world changed. We have gone 4 years now. So by being intentional with your budget and making saving and investment a priority, you can take steps towards achieving good financial security and good financial independence, building the future you want. So, number one, I said, is to budget and prioritize. It's very important. You need to budget, you need to prioritize. Number two, start small. Start small. You need to start small. Now, investing in a great, I've seen some persons who want to invest and they just delve right into it with everything they have. You don't do that. Even when you want to cross a river you don't know, you start dipping your leg bit by bit, testing how deep the water is before you can then plunge into it. So investing is a great way to secure your financial future and achieve long-term goals. However, the misconception or the ideology which some people have that you need large amount of money to invest so that you can make more money, that's not true. It's a myth. And it discourages people from starting their investment journey because they are expecting to start huge. They're expecting the only way you can make money is when you start big. It's a myth. It's not true. The truth is you can start small with regular contributions. Just make it a consistent effort in your investment account or your retirement plan. Make it a consistent effort. I start with 5% of my income. I start any money that comes into my hand, 5%, or did I say 5%? 5% might be so much. Okay, let me give a specific figure. For example, you earn $100 every week. So you can say to yourself, out of the $100, I will keep aside $20 for my investment. You start, or you can start with $10, and gradually you increase it to $20. As it starts becoming part of you, you increase it to $30, and that's how you keep increasing until you start stretching yourself. Okay, and by making consistent contributions, even the small ones, you can accumulate a significant amount of wealth over time through the power of compounding. um what's his name? Albert Einstein said that the greatest invention of man is compound interest. Make most of it. Leverage on compound interest. So you don't let the fear of needing large sum of money hold you back from investing, hold you back from starting. Start with what you have. Start small and grow big. Start small and watch your investments grow steadily with um over time. Just make sure you are consistent with what you are doing. Are you getting value from what I'm sharing with you? Whatever that resonates with you, please put it in the comment section. All right, then number 3, focus on essentials. Focus on essentials. When it comes to managing your finances, it's crucial, it's important to focus on the essentials first. Don't focus on the luxuries. Don't focus on the things that will not um that the frivolities, the mundane things. Don't focus on it. This means that you're making sure you have enough money to cover your basic needs, such as housing, food, and utilities. So these expenses should always take priority over any other spending. If your house rent you pay every year, all right, which is 12 months, what do? You divide it by 11. Every month you set aside that particular amount. So you have paid for 1 year now, and in the next 1 year you are meant to pay your rent. Start planning for the next 1 year now. So every month you have, for example, you whatever you earn, you divide it by 11. Whatever it gives you, you start keeping that money aside every month, so that by the next year, you at the 11th month, you already have your rent ready. Not when it's time to pay rent, you are calling your landlord to give him or her one excuse, or you are calling people to help you with your rent. As a matter of fact, if you are struggling to pay your rent where you are currently living, it's an indication that you are not qualified to live in that place. Please humble yourself and move to a lower place. When you have grown on your income, you can then move back to where you want to be. Are you understanding what I'm sharing with you? I'm sharing with you what I did before. Okay, I did that. There was a time, even as a single guy, I also did it. I was living in a 1 bedroom flat. I couldn't pay the rent over time because my income was not matching up with what I expected. I moved out of that 1 bedroom flat. I moved to a boys' quarter. In that boys' quarter, I built myself. I built my financial base. So as I was moving out from the boys' quarter to a 1 bedroom flat to a better 1 bedroom flat, I had the money to pay for 2 bedroom flats, but I did not go for 2 bedroom flats. I remained in 1 bedroom flats. I started building myself, and before I relocated to another city, then I moved to a 2 bedroom flat, and thereafter I got married. So plan yourself, plan your future. The same goes for pregnancy. If you discover you are pregnant, your wife is pregnant, that baby has given you 9 months notice before the baby comes. Start now. As a matter of fact, you should start planning before the baby comes. Let me share with you something I did when my first baby came. We had we had a plan and we decided to set money aside for the delivery, but something happened. It went beyond what we planned. The money was uh, double what we planned for. And because we had already planned, we had some money. What I did was to deposit what I had with the doctor, and I went back. I looked into what I needed to do, and I called up one of my mentors then, and I said to him, "Look, this was my plan. I had this money, and I needed to do this, but unfortunately, the money is things went the other way." And he said to me, all right, because I told him to please borrow me because I need to sell off one of my what's it called, one of my investments then to take care of the bill, but I couldn't do that immediately. And he said, Charles, that's not a problem. How much do you want? I told him. He sent the money to me. So the following week, I was able to um, dispose of the facility I had, and I called him to send the account details so that I can repay the money he borrowed me. He said, "Charles, don't bother about that." I mean, he said one thing I I value about you, I love about you, is the fact that you plan your way ahead. Now, there are some persons who come to me, they don't have any plan, they depend on me for everything, they just want me to spend all the money. But here you are, you have plans from the questions I have asked you and all that. And I was so happy. Now, it also strengthened my mind, it also strengthened my strategies in building a better future. So these expenses should always take priority over any other spending. Your housing, your food, and your utilities. Plan for it. Now, to help keep costs down, you also need to consider ways of reducing your expenses in some areas. For example, you could save money on food by cooking at home instead of eating out. Eating out might be very easy, might be very comfortable, might be a quick one, but you spend more. But when you cook at home, you save money. I remember when I was fully in network marketing back in the days. What when my wife is leaving for work in the morning, she prepares food, she put it in a food flask for me, and as she goes to work, I have my food, I put it in my car, I drive off. I beg your pardon, I drive off. And when I drive off, I'm hungry at some point. The only thing I might need to do is to buy water, but I don't buy food. We started keeping money aside for the future because we know we have a lot of responsibility ahead of us. And you could also consider cutting back on unnecessary spending that might be putting a strain on your budget. There are some things like you don't really need. You ask yourself, I don't need this. So why should I keep spending my money on it? And by making these simple changes, you can free up more money for the things that matter most to you. All right. Number three, you need to explore low cost investment options. Low cost investment options. If you are looking to invest your money, it's important to consider low cost investment options that offer maximum returns while minimizing expenses. Okay. One great way to achieve this is by investing, or rather, one great way to achieve this is by investing in ETFs. Yes, exchange traded funds. You can go and do a research on ETFs. ETFs is one great way to is one great low cost index funds which can yield more money for you over time. And this investment vehicle offers um, diversified exposure to the market. You can also invest in money market. Money market is another one you can easily liquidate. Okay, so this means that your investment is spread across multiple companies and sectors, and it reduces your risk. Yes, is low risk. The returns is not so much, but your money is safe. Okay, is relatively safe. Let me use that word. And additionally, they have lower fees and minimum investment requirements compared to actively managed funds, making them more cost effective options. So by investing in low cost index funds or ETFs, you can be sure that your investment will grow over time without having to worry about high fees eating up your money, or you're not getting the returns you want. It's very important for you to explore low cost investment options. Go and do a research on ETFs and money market. It's very good. One of the ways I was able to build money quickly to start investing in real estate was from ETFs and money markets. Then I started investing in offshore shares. Offshore shares means like international shares. I started buying shares from Zoom, Google, um, uh, Apple, HP, and all that. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean you need to buy bulk. So if your money can buy just one or two or three shares, just keep picking it up one after the other, one after. Before you know it, your investment portfolio has grown relatively or drastically and all that. Okay. So number 5 is to set realistic goals. Set realistic goals. It's important to ensure that your investment goals are realistic and in line with your current financial situation. Don't set goals that are not real. And to get started, you need to consider setting achievable objectives based on your current income and expenses. I will always say, when you are drawing up a budget, when you are setting up goals, consider your current income and expenses. All right. And as your financial situation improves over time, you can then adjust your investment goals accordingly. I do that all the time. Okay. So don't just make up your mind that, oh, okay, I need to just do this. No, because FBI coach said we need to set big goals, audacious goals. I'll just do set up goals that are not realistic. It won't take you anywhere. It won't help you. It will rather leave you frustrated, and you'll be asking yourself, why did I even get into this thing? Does it mean that what FBI coach said was not real? You need to set goals that are within your income and expenses. And this approach will help you make more steady progress towards your long-term financial goals and avoid becoming overwhelmed or discouraged by unrealistic expectations. Because when you set goals that are not within your income and your expense, it becomes unrealistic and it gives you false expectations. And you also need to remember that investing is a journey. You must remember this. It's not a sprint, it's a long haul, it's a journey. It's not a sprint, it's not a short-term thing, it's not a destination, it's a journey. And it's important to set yourself up for success by taking one step at a time. It is said that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step, but I beg to differ. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a decision. You must first decide you want to embark on this journey. If you decide and you start the journey, if peradventure you encounter any difficulties along the way, you can't give up because you made that decision. You decided, I want to go on this journey. Nothing is going to stop me. Are you getting value? Please remember to share the link. Remember to invite others to be with us. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel and activate the notification button. My YouTube channel is FBI Coach, one word. Number 6, remember to increase your income streams. Increase your income streams. Yeah, in today's fast-paced world, it can be very challenging to make ends meet. Very challenging sometimes. And one way to mitigate this issue is by looking for opportunities to increase your income. I do that every day. I do that every now and then. I'm asking myself, which other way can I make money? And sometimes when I sit down middle of the night to brainstorm, ideas keep coming into my head, and I go to God in prayer. I say, Lord, this is the idea I have. How can I explore this? How can I do this? How can this become reality? So by the time I'm done praying, I go about my business. Ideas, God starts sending ideas to me. And by the time I'm calling this person or connecting with this person or doing this or doing that, clicks will begin to happen. And next thing, money is coming through that direction. And I'm wondering, whoa, really? really? So there was money in this place. So you can achieve this by exploring different side hustles, different side businesses, freelance work, or even career advancement. I remember when I decided to venture into social media management. So I have these big uncles. I call them big uncles because they are in my mentors field. They are in my mentors circle. I have had a few of them, discussing about social media. And I said to one of them, I said, "Sir, I can manage your social media account for you." And I said, "Oh, really? Okay. So where do we start? I have this Facebook account. I haven't used it, but I need to start posting a few things there. I have Instagram." And right there and then, business started. I'm managing his social media handle for him, for his business partners. I post for him, I schedule posts, I come up with creative ideas. Sometimes he will call me up, Charles. Okay, the first business I did for him was he called me, Charles. I'm traveling. Do you have international passport? I said, yes, sir. All right. Meet me up in the office and come with your passport. And that was how I gave my passport to his protocol guy. He got me a visa and I went on a trip with him. My phone did a very good work. So that's now where he saw that thing was we had a program in church and I did um, some stuff, recording the guest speakers we had then for my media unit. I used my phone to do a few recording. And I didn't know he was also coming out from the departure hall entering into the city. So later he called me, said, "I saw you at the airport and I saw you were recording. Are you also a media guy?" So I laughed. I said, "Well, this is what I do for um my church. Sometimes when we have guest speakers and I happen to be among the protocol guys that will receive the guest speaker, I just use my phone. I do it for fun." He said, "Okay, when you are done, let me see what the video looks like." And I sent it to him. I was like, "Oh, really? Okay. There's something I'm trying to work on with some partners. Now, this is what we're going to do." That was how I went on that international trip with him. There have been a lot of openings. So you can also make money from what you love doing. Explore opportunities, explore career advancements, pay for that training. If you don't have money to pay for training, go on the University of YouTube, start learning. And by doing so, you can create more room for saving and investment, even when faced with a high cost of living. The money I make from the money I make from the business I do for him or the managing his social media account, I don't spend it. Everything goes into investment. As the money is coming, because that was the decision my wife and I took. We decided if we start spending this money, it means we are increasing our expense. And we are simply going to be fulfilling Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law says that when your income increases, your expense also increases to match your income, even to overtake it. So we decided not to fulfill Parkinson's law. As the money is coming in, it's going into the investment portfolio. We just set up a direct debit. As that money is coming, it's going through the other way, back into investment. So whether it's offering your skills and expertise as a freelancer or taking steps towards career advancement, there are numerous ways to supplement your income and achieve financial freedom. One reason why people don't increase their income or find alternative source of income is because they are comfortable. They are comfortable with where they are. Always ask yourself, how can I get better? What can I do to earn more? How can I get out of this tight corner? How can I get out of this bottleneck? How can I get out of one income stream? What can I do to become better or to earn more from what I'm doing currently? Number 7, you need to automate savings and investments. A great way to ensure you are consistently contributing to your investment without much hassles is by automating your savings and investments. Set up an auto debit. The way you have debit, the way you pay for your bills, you pay the security, you pay tax, you pay the electricity bills, you pay the water bills, you pay the food, you pay your rent, set up an auto debit for your savings and investment. As a matter of fact, once money comes into your account, the first thing that should leave your account should be for your savings and investments. And this can be done by setting up auto transfers from your account to your from your where the money comes into your investment account. And when you do this, you would have to worry about manually managing the process, which saves you time and effort. So you know that money, as the money is coming in, is already going into this place. The same thing goes for your children education. Start planning. It doesn't matter how much you are taking out of your income. Every money you spend, every money you put aside every day or every month into their educational trust fund, it matters a lot. It goes a long way because it saves you time, it saves you money, it saves you effort. And this approach can help you achieve financial goals by making regular contributions to your investment account. Is very, very important. Then number 8, you need to educate yourself. This can never be overemphasized. You need to educate yourself. And one of the most important things you can do for your financial future is to educate yourself about investing and personal finances. You need to know about money. You need to ask yourself, where does money go to? Where is this money coming from? What is the language of money? How do the rich see money? How do the middle class see money? How do the poor see money? What language? Money has one common language, and that's expenses. Spend me. That's the money, that's the language money understands. Both the rich and the poor understand this language. But the rich uses this language to their advantage, while the poor use that language to their disadvantage. So you must educate yourself. You must learn the 3 M's of money. How do I make money? How do I manage money? How do I multiply money? How do I maximize resources around me? How do I maximize opportunities around me? And by taking time to learn investment principles and strategies, you can gain better understanding of how to make informed decisions about your money. It's not a rocket science. It's not so big for you to learn. Google is your friend. Just type how to make money, genuine ways to make money. Just read. Don't be in a hurry to take decision. Just read. Read. As you're reading, make notes. That's what I do. Reading, make notes. Reading, make notes. Reading, make notes. As you're reading, you're making notes. Gradually, you start saving all those notes you have made and see the one that makes more sense, that is more genuine. And if you have limited resources, using this strategy will help you to maximize the little resources you have, whether you are just starting out or you are looking to improve your current financial situation or investing in your financial education. It's always a smart choice. You need to educate yourself. You need to learn how money works and maximize it. Number 9, stay patient and persistent. Patient and persistent. There is this 3P I have that is it has become part of me. I learned that from my mentor. He said to me, Charles, you must learn to be patient, you must learn to be positive, you must learn to be persistent. Growing wealth is a gradual process that demands patience and persistence. And I beg to add that you must also have a positive mindset, especially when confronted with financial challenges. I know some persons that have a lot of financial challenges, but you can never know these people are facing serious financial challenges. Because why? They are practicing these 3 P's. They are patient, they are persistent with their following through, and they have a positive mindset. So you will never see it on their outlook. You will never see it in their business. It doesn't affect their business. It doesn't affect everything around them. And they, with these 3 P's, they pushed through, and today they have a story to tell. They are so this. In fact, my mentor, the greatest challenge he faced was people, the people he trusted so much, duped him, brought his business to zero level. But he said what kept him afloat, what kept him to remain on top, that he bounced back and became the multimillionaire he has always been, or he used to be, is because he was patient, he was positive, and he was persistent. And it requires a long-term commitment to your financial goals and your willingness to endure the ups and downs that come your way, or the ups and downs of the market, is very important. And you need to remember to stay focused, because staying focused, even through the tough times, it's very critical. With time, dedication, and careful planning, your investments will grow. And ultimately, it will help you to achieve your financial aspirations. I remember a piece of land I bought, um, that was in 2008. I bought that piece of land. When I purchased that land, I never believed anything good can come out of it. I have this, let me call it a careless money. I just dumped it there. 10 years down the line, that piece of land was worth millions of naira in Nigerian currency. That's thousands of dollars. And I had people coming to pay for the property. I refused to sell it. And I asked a few questions, and I was advised to erect a fence in that compound so that people will not encroach into it. So I erected a fence that is see-through, and I gave it additional 2 or 3 years. The value of that property in that place tripled, because a big company decided to set up investment in that place that opened up their environment, and the value of that property increased. When I was buying this property, I never imagined that I will still leave the property will just be there for over 10 years. No, I just decided to put that money in, and it's worth millions and millions today. And that is the same thing I'm saying to you. The little money you have, invest it. Put it aside. Buy ETFs. Invest in money market. If you can invest in property, buy land. It's very good. Real estate is the only estate that is real. Investing is a process that takes time. It takes effort. And it also takes the willingness to adapt to changing circumstances, because all the circumstances are not the same. And it's not a one-time event, but rather a journey that requires perseverance and a proactive approach. You must be proactive. And to start investing, you will need to take a hard look at your current financial situation and identify areas where you can cut back unnecessary expenses. It's very important. And this might mean reducing your monthly bills, downsizing your home, or finding ways to earn extra income. One of the major challenge I have experienced in our community is the fact that pride will not allow people downsize to, move to a lower home because they want to increase their income. There is a book written by Sunday Adelaja I want to recommend. Money Won't Make You Rich. Please, if you can, buy that book and read. Money Won't Make You Rich by Sunday Adelaja. That book also helped my financial life. I learned a lot from that book, and it helped me to take good financial decisions. So once you've freed up some money, it's important to make use of available resources and seek guidance. Don't just invest your money into what you don't know. Seek guidance from professionals who can help you make informed decisions about your investments. You can chat me up, but I beg you, I won't do it for free. I charge money for that, but I can guide you properly, because this is what I have tested and it's working for me, and I know it will also work for you. And this might include you. So you need to get a financial advisor. You need to attend seminars. You need to attend workshops. You need to go on the University of YouTube to learn. You need to read journals, study the market trend, the news of investment in the market, what is going on, and despite the high challenges of cost of living, it's possible to achieve your financial goals. It's very, very possible. Sometimes people say to me, Charles, do you think it's possible for me to achieve the financial freedom which I want? I said, yes, by staying focused on your objectives and taking proactive steps towards your achieving those goals, towards you achieving those goals. Yes, you can make your investments work for you, and you pave the way towards a secure and more prosperous financial future. And I believe I've been able to add value to you on this edition of Financial Intelligence Moment with the FBI coach. I want to really say thank you for hanging out with me today. It's been my pleasing pleasure and a privilege to be your host. Remember, share this video with others, and remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, FBI Coach. Until I come your way again, remain financially intelligent. Have a great day. Bye.
This is Financial Intelligence Moment.
Until next week, manage your expenses, increase your income, and keep working towards financial freedom.